Hello everyone and welcome to our channel of Azure Cloud today. Today we would be looking at Intune versus group policy versus SCCM. In the last video linked in the description, we looked into what is MDM and MAM. If you haven't watched that video, I would recommend you to also check that video. In this video, we would be looking into what are the differences between Intune, SCCM, and group policy. So if you're an IT admin, then you would probably have heard about group policy, SCCM, and Intune. Or maybe you would have heard about all of them. Or maybe you are using or have used it at some point of time. So now why are we doing this comparison between Intune, group policy, and SCCM? It's because they are the three generations of device management that was built by Microsoft. Regarding these two, we would just be the group policy and SCCM, we would just be covering the basic to understand about it. But Intune, we would be going heavily towards that one. So we would be going from beginner to full in depth. And by the end of this video, you'll fully understand what each one of them does and when to use it. So before we dive into this, each of these tools were designed and built to solve the device management problem of its own era. For example, in the early 2000s, most employees worked from Office and only Office, where all of their devices, which is a Windows device, were connected to the corporate network. So group policy was perfect for that world. Whereas in the later years, when organizations or companies started becoming more complex, or their architecture started becoming more complex, this is when SCCM came into picture. Then again, the generation changed. And then Microsoft Intune came into picture, which allowed users to work remotely. Then personal devices came into picture, iPhone, cloud services, Android, all those came into picture. In order to solve those problems, Intune came into picture. So let's go ahead and understand each one of them. So what is group policy? It's one of the backbone of Windows management for several years. So if you would have ever worked in IT as a system admin, IT admin, infrastructure admin, or even in fact network administrator, then you would have surely opened group policy management console. In group policy management console is where you write group policies in order to enforce certain things. Example of a group policy can be password requirements, setting the password requirements, setting the desktop wallpapers of each device that is connected to a domain, then do drive mapping, and so on. Over here, the connection to a domain controller is essential. What happens over here is, in a domain controller, a module is installed or a service is installed, which is Active Directory. Now, when you install Active Directory, you also get a management console of group policy management. Over there, you go ahead and write those group policies. And those group policies are linked to the devices, like a Windows 11 device or Windows 10 device. And when those group policies are linked over there, then the policies which you see in the examples are enforced to all those devices. However, connection to domain controller is essential here. So, as I told you that connection to a domain controller is essential here, so the laptop must be inside the office, or the desktop should be inside the office for the group policy to take in effect, because The device takes the group policies from the domain controller, and that it can take only if it can talk to the domain controller. If you are working remotely, then connection to a VPN needs to be established or always connected in order for the configuration or the device policies to be taken effect. If connection is not there through a VPN to the domain controller or from the office, then you will never get any group policies at all on those devices. Strengths and limitations. Strength of a group policy is extremely granular. You can do a lot of things in group policy. Those were just the examples that I gave you. It's completely free with Windows Server. You can just go in and install that module. It's a totally mature product. It has been there for years, and there is very good documentation about it. Even there are a lot of forums where you could easily understand if you want to achieve something. There are really good documentations and videos about it. Again, there is a huge amount of settings to choose from. It's very granular. The limitation is it's Windows only. Linux cannot connect. iPhones cannot connect. Android cannot connect. The other limitation is it requires domain join and connectivity to the domain controller so that it can take policies from there. And it's only on premises. You cannot access this from the cloud or anything. Now, what is SCCM? This is again a Microsoft product. So if group policy handles settings that a device should take, then SCCM is a tool that handles everything else, like deploying of an application, patching multiple devices at the same time, pushing security updates. This tool is extremely powerful. It was built for huge organizations. The strength could be you can even do an OS deployment after you have an image with SCCM. Extremely granular patch management works when well in large organization and you have high level of control that you could do over here. The limitation would be it requires on-premise infrastructure, like an SCCM server must be specifically there in order for this to work. Maintenance is high, and this is a really complicated tool. So it requires skilled professionals and not at all suitable for small organizations. If the organization is huge and the skilled professionals are there, then it could be a good one. But if for small organization you install a complicated tool, it is not really a good value for your money. There are other tools which could do this better, which we'll see next. Now, what is Microsoft Intune? If you have already watched the previous two videos, then you already know what Microsoft Intune is. So Microsoft Intune is a cloud-based solution through which you can manage devices from anywhere. You have no servers to manage here or no prerequisite that you must install a server to manage devices in Intune. Microsoft got you covered over here fully. Remote management can be done and it's also cross-platform, meaning Intune can be used to control Windows devices, Linux devices, iOS devices, Android devices. The strengths would be it's fully cloud, like you can access it from the internet anywhere from anywhere. No infrastructure dependency at all. And it also integrates with existing Microsoft product like Entra ID. That is used to enforce conditional access policies, which we will look in the future videos. Again, high control is over there. Some considerations or some drawbacks over here could be that it requires internet connectivity. Since it is completely cloud only, it requires you to be connected to the cloud or the device to be connected to the cloud. As soon as the device is connected to the cloud, it takes in the policies. Some group policies are not present in Intune yet. However, I am sure that they will be over here just soon enough. Some of the common questions that everybody has is group policy really dead? No, not at all. However, Microsoft is not adding major new features to group policies. However, it will stay and continue to work for organizations that rely on it. The shift is that the new security policies and features and management capabilities are being built for Intune first. If I give you an example, then think of it as a reliable old car. It still drives, it works really well, but all the new safety features are only available in the newest model, which is Intune over here. Can I use Intune and group policy together? Yes, and many organizations do during their migration. Example, a Windows device can be domain joined, which is receive group policy, and Entra ID joined, receive Intune policies simultaneously at the same time. This is also called hybrid Entra ID join. However, there are some conflicts that arise because Intune can also control devices, group policies can also control devices, so there could be a clash sometimes. Can I use Intune and SCCM together? Absolutely. Microsoft specifically designed a feature called co-management for this exact purpose. Co-management lets you keep SCCM for workloads where it's strong, for example, like OS deployment, while other things like compliance, device configuration, app deployment can be left to Intune completely. Which one should I learn for my career? If you're a student or if you're just starting fresh, learn Intune. It's where job postings are growing faster these days, and it's the technology Microsoft is actively investing in. If you already know group policy or SCCM, that knowledge isn't wasted at all. Most of the concept that is inside group policy and SCCM are transferred directly into Intune. They're just trying to make it user friendly and a bit better to do both of them with additional features, of course. Does Intune fully replace SCCM? Not yet. There are still a few things that SCCM does better. However, as stated before, Microsoft is heavily investing in Microsoft Intune, and due to that, I believe that it can replace SCCM fully in the coming years. However, for small to medium organizations, Intune can now replace SCCM entirely. In the next video, we would learn which license is required for us to work with Microsoft Intune. Thank you so much, everyone. Grateful for your attention. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you at the earliest. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.